Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? This is Krazy Keon, and listen, after thousands of miles and dozens of campgrounds, we are done messing around. Good Sam versus KOA. One of these memberships is essential life for life on the road if you are an RVer, and the other is a gamble that will cost you more than just money. It'll cost you your sanity. Now, we've crunched our real world numbers, and we're about to show you which RV membership is actually worth having and which one you should cut up and forget about. You see, these two names right here are plastered everywhere. You've got the Good Sam Club, a so-called savings giant with a huge network of over 2,000 parks and those shiny fuel discounts. Then there's the KOA, the household name, promising and reliable, standardizing experience and its 500 plus locations. If you are new to this RV lifestyle, picking one feels like a high stakes decision. However, it is possibly going to confuse you, and I'm going to clear that up right now. So we put them to the test in a brutal cross-country cage match. We did the math. We suffered through the fine points. We are about to expose the truth. We are going to declare a clear winner, and it's not the answer budget chasers are going to like. Right here on Hangin with the Hazers. All right, first, let's talk about the money. We paid an annual fee for both, okay? A 1-year Good Sam standard membership costs you $39. KOA Rewards membership is also right around that, costing $39 a year. With the two biggest players priced almost identically, this comes down to return on investment, okay? Both dangle the same carrot, a 10% discount on nightly rates. We hit the road for 3 months, staying at 10 Good Sam parks and then 10 KOAs to see who was telling the truth. At the end of the trip, the Good Sam's 10% discount saved us about $215. KOA's 10% discount saved us around $240. Now, on paper, that's a narrow win for KOA, but again, I'm a fair guy. Let's be honest. The KOAs we stayed in were more expensive to begin with. Their 10% discount was a bigger number because their price base was much higher. That's not a true savings if you're just getting a discount on a more expensive product. Here's the thing. That's just scratching the surface. The real battle is fought in the quality you get for your money. And the real value, really means when you're exhausted and just trying to get a decent place to camp. That brings us to the next round. The 10% discount based on quality and consistency. A 10% discount means absolutely nothing if you land in a depressing, sketchy dirt lot. This round is about the on-the-ground reality, and it's where those two prove that they are way different from each other. In fact, they are on two different planets in two different universes. Let's be blunt about KOA. Its entire brand is built on predictability, okay? Whether it's a journey, holiday, or a resort, you know what you're getting. You're getting clean bathrooms, level sites, a camp store, and hookups that work. That promise was delivered every single time we went to a KOA in our 10 stays. We got pools, laundry rooms that weren't terrifying, staff who actually seemed to want us there. Then when you're burned out from that long haul, predictable isn't boring. It is a sanctuary. You're paying for the peace of mind that comes from a strictly enforced brand standard. Now, let's switch over to Good Sam. Its supposed strength, a huge network of 2,000 parks, is its single greatest failure. I don't know how else to put that. See, here's the deal. Good Sam doesn't own these campgrounds. It's just a sticker that they let people put on their sign. It means quality is a total crapshoot. We stayed in some absolute jewels. I'm gonna give you an example. American Heritage, Williamsburg, Virginia. But we also stayed in some absolute dumps. One was literally a gravel pit with shiny, spray painted lines, and the other had an electric pedestal so ancient I was afraid it was gonna electrocute me. Now, with Good Sam, you're rolling the dice every single time. You might find a hidden gem. You might pull into a nightmare, which you would not let your dog off leash in. Now, it forces you to become a private investigator, glued to your screen, digging through reviews, satellite images, just to avoid an absolute disaster. For quality and consistency, KOA absolutely demolishes Good Sam. It's not even a contest. So, how hard is it to actually use these discounts? Let's talk about usability and booking, right? This is where technology meets the road. And one is living in the 21st century, and the other one, unfortunately, is trapped in the past. KOA has this on lockdown. Their mobile app is flawless. I don't know what else to say. You can find parks, filter out what you need, see real photos, book your entire stay without talking to another human. Now, for some people, that's a great thing. Some people do want the interaction. Me personally, I don't want to talk to nobody. Your discount is applied automatically. The entire process is smooth, modern, it just works. Good Sam, on the other hand, feels like it's running on dial-up. I'm talking that AOL. Their website, your trip planner are clunky, slow, and unintuitive. Finding a park is the first hurdle. Then you often have to pick up the phone and actually call the park like some type of barbarian, okay, to make a simple reservation. Trying to confirm the 10% discount applies and that there's no blackout dates is a whole nother key and layer of frustration. It's an obstacle course designed to make you give up. For pure, simple, frustration-free booking, KOA wins this round before Good Sam even logs on. Now, I do want to step off script for a second and kind of sort of say this. Good Sam does have reviews on their website for their parks, but reviews are like noses. Everybody's got an opinion. So what you consider good may not be what the next person considers great. You already know the word resort, it gets thrown around a lot. So they try to compensate with pictures and reviews and stars and levels. I think there's like 3 different levels for cleanliness, whatever. They do have that. But again, it's not consistent across the board. And those that might rank around that middle sometimes should be ranked a lot lower, but they're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Just keep that in mind about Good Sam. All right. So Nicole out of Delaware, I want to thank you so much for writing me. I'm going to answer your question right now. And basically what she wanted to know is, what are the X factors? What's beyond the campgrounds that we need to deal with when it comes to these two giants? So let's deal with that. Now, for the one thing Good Sam does have going for it, I'm going to go over that, but I don't know if it's enough to actually save them in this race. It's time to look at the perks that have nothing to do with the campground itself. Good Sam's big play is its fuel discounts at Pilot Flying J, okay? For gas coaches and gas vehicles, the savings are great. But for those of us who are in diesels, the benefit's a total joke. So they dangle, depending on the level you have, a gas discount in front of you, I believe up to about 9 cents, give or take. I can't remember exactly what the number was. And for some of you, that does work. For those in gas coaches, it gives you the opportunity to have a dedicated lane so you don't have to fight with cars. But our diesel pusher friends, The so-called savings doesn't exist because we get zero discount on diesel fuel. You're going to pay premium price because they don't participate in open roads or mud flap or anybody else out there, because Good Sam has them locked into them and they don't cater to diesel anything. So the little bit of a gas discount that you get if you have a gas unit or you have some type of car that you're towing with, it's a bribe in all sense of the words, but it is the one benefit that you can pay the membership fee for and then benefit several times over. But my question is this: saving $150 a year on fuel, is it worth pulling into a sketchy gravel pit at 10 o'clock at night with your family? That's the question you ultimately have to ask. Is it worth gambling on faulty electrical hookups or disgusting bathhouses? Personally, we don't think so. It feels like a consolidation prize for putting up with a subpar system. That's kind of sort of how I look at their fuel discount. KOA's X factor is its points system. You earn points for what you spend, which can turn into cash in future stays. If you earn 2,000 or 20,000 points in a calendar year, you hit what's called VIP status. And I've hit that multiple years in a row, to the point where I don't pay for my next membership. It's comped to you because you hit that 2,000 points. So they eat the $39 basically. On our trip, we earned enough for about $20 off a future stay. And that was over, again, those 10 stays. It's not a flashy in your face bribe like a fuel discount, but it's a slow burn reward for loyalty to a brand that actually delivers a consistent quality product. And I want to hammer on that. This round exposes the core differences. Good Sam has you paying into a fuel savings to tolerate its network of inconsistency, where KOA earns your loyalty just by being better. All right, so now that we've gotten to this point, what is the final verdict? So after all the miles, the math, the frustration, who is the winner? The marketing, that lovely marketing, it will tell you it depends on your style of camping. But Krazy Keon calls marketing a cop-out, okay? The clear winner in this particular showdown is KOA, and it's not even close. Look, we get the appeal of Good Sam, all right? So everybody that's listening, we get it. The fuel discount is real money back into your pocket, if you can call it that much of a discount. If you're a spreadsheet warrior who only cares about the bottom line number, maybe you can convince yourself that it's worth it. But here's the deal. RVing is not about spreadsheets, never has and never will be. It's about your time, your safety, and your sanity, okay? Good Sam asks you to trade your peace of mind for a few $100s a year. Now, it makes you do hours of extra vetting parks, and even then, you can still end up in a dump. It's not a vacation, it's a part-time job, and it also comes with a significant high risk of failure. KOA, however, delivers the single most valuable thing an RV membership can offer: reliability. Okay? You pull in knowing that the site will be level, the hookups will be safe, and the bathrooms will be clean. Now, you can book on a modern app in under 2 minutes and get on with your life. You pay a little bit more per night, but when you're buying something like this, you're buying the guarantee, okay? A guarantee that your vacation will not be ruined by a terrible campground. For our money, that guarantee is worth more than any fuel discount could ever. Your time is too valuable, and your family's comfort is too important to be gambling it away. One sketchy campground at a time, all right? So, at the end of the day, our showdown proved one thing. One of these memberships sells you a discount, and the other sells you a better RVing experience, period. You have to ask yourself, what's more important? Saving a few bucks on gasoline, or saving your trip from turning into a stress-fueled nightmare? For us, The answer is obvious. Now, we want to hear your stories. What's been your experience? Drop a comment and tell us which membership you have and why you chose it. Now, your advice could be what saves another RVer from making a huge mistake. We've put the links to check out the latest details for both memberships in the description below. If this no BS breakdown was helpful, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more real-world RV advice and showdowns. We'll see you out there on the road, and thank you for hanging with the Hazes.